Oh yeah. Calm down, buddy. Oh my. Good thing. Okay. Good thing you're just a small one. It's okay. Don't bite me. Oh my god.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to get a better grip of this guy. Alright, so this is a bull snake, Pitchophis catenifer, and was not expecting that. I was kind of out here looking for milk snakes. He's not the biggest you can find, but he's also not super tiny either. This defense they're doing is what they're known for. That's kind of why they're called a bull snake, is because they want to bully you. They are not out to get you, but if you pick them up like this, they're going to get angry. They're very mean snakes, but they're not venomous. You can't die from one, and yeah, they just are very they're very mean snakes.
So what is he doing right now?
He's inflating himself with air like a balloon, and then he's kind of letting it out super tiny to make it a hissing sound. He's not really hissing too much. He's just like making air flow through a tiny passageway to make a certain noise that he wants. Sometimes it can happen differently than they want, and it sounds like squeaky and stuff. So they're not very, they're very aggressive, but they're not something to be afraid of at all.
So is he trying to mimic something more dangerous?
Yes, so a lot of people will mistake these for rattlesnakes, but there's some key differences. One, no rattle. They do get bigger than rattlesnakes. This, like I said earlier, this is a smaller one. And then it's not as triangular of a head. And then rattlesnakes have more of a tan-colored top spot. And then rattlesnakes do kind of look like the back half of it here, but the head is way different than what a rattlesnake would look like. Rattlesnakes have many circular patterns, like almost like perfect circles, and this guy kind of has some square-like patterns. Yeah, so this is why you want to kind of try to grab these guys by the tail, because they will bite you. They are not hesitant to bite. I did not bring my snake stick today, but I should have, because that would have helped. But always a cool find to see. I love finding bull snakes. They're one of my favorite snakes, and they're one of the most common snakes in Colorado, so I love finding them. They're awesome. This one is a little bit more aggressive than some. But yeah, these guys can get up to 5 to 6 feet, and even more in some cases. This guy is, I would say, only about 2 or 3 feet, so he still has growing to do. But a very beautiful snake altogether. Yeah, head and tail are kind of black, and in the middle is a tannish red, which is what kind of looks like the rattlesnake. And there is another snake that is extremely related to this. We found those, I don't know, a year ago, and those are Great Basin gopher snakes. And a lot of people just call them the same thing, but this is 100% a bull snake because the head pattern is a whole lot thicker, and it also is thicker all the way down the bottom. Great Basin gopher snakes are more thinner, smaller, and have smaller patterns. And sometimes they can be sweeter than this. This one, or the bull snake, is definitely very mean sometimes. But that's how I immediately knew it was a bull snake. It didn't rattle or anything, and I've been doing this for a while, but you should never just dive after a snake. Even if you know what it is, unless you truly 100% know. I knew it wasn't a rattlesnake because of how dark and thick its pattern is, and because it wasn't rattling. But my mom says that there's rattlesnakes that are being born without rattles, so you also need to be careful of mutations like that. Even if it's very rare, there's always a chance. But this guy's definitely not a rattlesnake at all. And as you handle him more, they will calm down a little bit more. He's not trying to bite me as much anymore. He's still kind of hissing though. Even how small of a bull snake this is, they still are one of the biggest snakes in Colorado. but they can get so much bigger than this. So that would be pretty cool if we found a bigger one today. That was pretty quick how fast that we found that snake. I was not expecting that at all. I thought it was just a bird or a rabbit or something. I looked down and he's trying to get away and I got him. Yeah, he's kind of calming down a little bit more. Not as much attitude. I can kind of grab him by his head a little bit. There he is. Gotta be slow. Look at that. Not biting at all anymore. He realizes that I'm not gonna eat him, and I'm just here to see him. Oh. But yeah, we're not gonna take this guy home. We're just gonna carefully let him be. He's probably out hunting. It's a cooler day because we had a rainstorm here, and he's probably out just looking for meals, you know, getting the morning sun. That's why sometimes going out in the morning or at night is some of the best herping climate, is because they're out for food and warmth. And as a snake is cold-blooded, so they're out here in the sun because they do not make their own body heat like humans do, and bears and all that. So they have to get their energy from somewhere else, like the sun, or in captivity, captive bred snakes. You get heat lamps or heat rocks for them, so they could get their heat indoors. But this guy is a wild bull snake, and he's just out here in the sun, getting some sun for the day. He'll probably go back into his burrow later in the day to cool off and pack it in for the night. These guys are kind of diurnal and nocturnal. You can find them both times of the day. Most of the time they're going to be out in the day, but people do find them in the night. I personally have never found one in the night though, so that's something we still got to do. But yeah, a beautiful little snake. He's hissing, but he's not as angry anymore. So yeah, we're going to continue on and hope that we find some more, or different species. We're here to release this beautiful old bull snake, let him get back to his basking. Just release him back here in the grasslands where I found him, if you want to show him around. Just kind of, that's why I kind of wasn't expecting him. Normally these are in bushy or wooded areas, so it's kind of sweet to see him. But he's become very docile, no more hissing even, and we're just going to let him go back into the grass. It just goes to show how camouflaged they really are. The only way I was able to spot him was because of his noise. I heard him. I did not see him. There he goes. And then we'll continue on and see if we can find anything else.